All right, so I did say I was going to make some lead generation videos starting today, and I'm going to start with pest control. And so it's not exactly midnight yet, so I guess I still have some time before I meet my deadline and keep my promise. So here, when you create an ad, you can use engagement, lead generation, or messages. Okay, so for the sake of this, we're just going to stay on engagement. Another thing I wanted to point out is that typically when you do a Facebook campaign, it'll be stuck on everyone in this location. You want to only target people who live in the location because if they're in the location but they don't actually live there, then you'll market to people who have nothing to do with what you're trying to accomplish. So in Sacramento, it's cold. So typically when it's cold, that's when there's more rodent activity, particularly in the pocket area and downtown. So, what I would do if I was a pest control technician trying to get some more sales or a manager trying to get some more clients, I'd actually drop a pin here and I would have it within 3 miles of the pocket area here, especially because it's by the river. Okay. Another place you could target is downtown. I think any area downtown, American River over here. But I'm going to drop a pin here downtown, and I'm going to put it within 3 miles. That way it doesn't overlap each other. So I'm getting most of the places by the water, right? So now what you're going to do is you're going to target women because women are the decision makers most of the time. I don't know exactly what you want to do with the ages, but if it were me, I would start at least 30. I would want to make sure they're speaking English because that's the only language I know how to speak. And I want to make sure they're married because typically they're going to make their spouse do whatever it is that they want. And that's really the majority of the contracting leads as well, focusing on women who are married. So you want to edit the placements. You don't want it to be on a connected TV. I wouldn't want it to be on a desktop. I just like to optimize all my stuff for mobile phones. And speaking of mobile phones, you want to make sure that they're connected to Wi Fi. And I'll get to why in a second. Okay. Now, there are other ways you can try and target homeowners, but this is the way that I found to be most effective for contractors and, well, I guess mainly just contractors or anybody that's looking to uh, generate leads where homeowners have to be involved. Okay. So you can see here for $11 a day, which is $77 a week, you're going to reach somewhere between 1 point or 1,700 and 5,300 people a day just for $11. Excuse me, a little sick. That's like sending out a bunch of door knockers and door knocking, 1,700 to 5,300 doors a day. If your message is right, somebody's going to say yes. Okay? Let's see here. So you would create an ad. Now, split testing is everything. That's something I didn't talk about. But if I were you, what I would do is I would split test two images and I would split test two videos. Now, what you don't want to do is make scary videos. Although I know the truth can be scary and rodents are pretty scary and disgusting, if you were going to make the message that, are there rodents in your attic, or would you like a free rodent inspection? That's actually something that's worked really well for someone that I've helped. So it's getting cold outside and the rats are on the loose. Make sure they're not hiding in getting a free rodent inspection. The ad can go something like that. And you don't have to do a free rodent inspection if you don't want, but that seems to be something that had generated a bunch of leads. And because they're your leads, you can do whatever you want. When you get people on the phone, you obviously want to make sure they're homeowners, right? So for an engagement ad, because there's no lead form like the lead generation ads that we saw before, you want to make a website or a landing page with what's called a Facebook pixel so that you can do what's called retargeting. So retargeting is really for those who went to your page but didn't put their information. So you can hit them with another ad to make them more familiar with you, because you never know what happened. Maybe they were filling out the form, and then their grandma called, or their kid called them, or their husband called. I mean, they are on their cell phone, right? So sometimes people just forget. So you want to be able to retarget those people. So you want to create a landing page to capture their information if you're going to do an engagement ad, okay? What else? So after you put the videos and the images on separate ad sets, you want to figure out which one is performing well and which one isn't. And whichever ones are not performing well, then you want to cut those off. And the ones that are, you keep them going. So I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to send me a message. I'll be here. Hope this helps.